Hey y'all, I want to welcome y'all to this channel. It's a Chicago Vibe podcast. We'll be dropping this Saturday with your girl, Lady T. Marie and Mr. Success. You don't want to miss it. What up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady T. Marie with It's a Chicago Vibe. And today we have a very special guest that will be talking about everything she got going on. That girl, Olivia. Stay tuned. Thousands of people around the world are dealing with this inhumane crisis. People in your own backyard are dealing with this inhumane crisis. Do you want to know what this crisis is? I'll tell you what it is. It's homelessness. If you or anyone you know is dealing with this crisis, please contact It's a Chicago Vibe with your girl, Lady T. Marie and Mr. Success.
All right, everybody, welcome back to It's a Chicago Vibe with me,
Mr. Success.
Lady T, and our special guest, that girl Olivia. Welcome to the show.
Hey now, hey now, hey now.
Oh yeah, love the energy, love the energy. First of all, I'm just gonna ask you like I ask everybody, how long have you been doing what you do? You in media, you promote, you on radio. How long you been just in the media, period?
And if you say just in media, period, then I would say since 2010. Probably before that, even when I was in college, like even high school, like I put together my first event right out of high school. My first artist that I ever had come and perform with me was Rapping Forte.
Wow. Wow.
And that was in high school. So like this has kind of just been a dream of mine, you know.
Wow. Wow. I just wanted to say, I definitely could tell how you maneuver, in me seeing you do media and dealing with artists and being a radio personnel, it's like you've been doing it for like over 20 years, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to say you and Liz are one of the two people who I really, looked up to and who helped me to get where I am. So I just wanted to put that out there. But
Well,
my next question for you is there anything that you're not doing right now at this moment that you desire to do in your career?
I want to teach more. Like right now, I am working with kids, but I really want to build on the whole workshop thing. I want to do more motivational speaking. I want to do more events like, like things like that, where I'm like going from state to state and motivating and speaking to women and girls and even guys too, just about how you can have whatever you want, like you said, like radio. I've been doing radio for just these past 4 years. I didn't even think I was going to do radio, but Stone Pony, our teacher, told me that I should do it. And I did it in the first month. And it's true that whatever you want, you can have. And I want to be able to do more motivational speaking like that, because a lot of people feel like you got to have all this money to do something, and you really don't. You just have to have the heart and the will to want to make it happen, So that's what I really want to do, that, like have a school. Like, oh my God, that would be everything.
Wow.
What's up? And you mentioned the part about school and teaching and stuff, because as you have been pushing your career, for people who don't know it, this is one of the people who showed me how to edit, and stuff. So every question I asked about edit, she answered, show it to me, I take notes and have it write down. But my next question is, to be out in media, radio, and your career, I know you meet a lot of different people. Could you name a few of the interesting people you have met since you've been on radio or in media, period?
I mean, I've probably met a lot of people. I mean, I did Steve Harvey's. Remember when he did the Hoodie Awards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was media on that. They had a blue carpet though, but yeah, I did the media on that. I have met, of course, you guys know all of your people in Chicago, Twister, Bodil, I do now the actually I do the booking for radio for B Hype, which is Twister's hype man. So I do his booking now, which is crazy. Like
Wow.
out of all people, you know, like he can have anybody book for him. I don't know. I've met a lot of people. I met the people from the Shy. I mean, I've met, you know, I've met a lot of people. The list could go on. I've done a lot of events. I've been doing this for a long time. If you guys look at my cover of my magazine, I gave YG his first cover. Yes, after me, then The Source gave him a cover. Deborah Wilson from Mad TV, Tim Russ from Star Trek, Cedric Sabalas, you know, basketball player. Yeah, I've met a lot of people that have been interesting in their own selves, you know. Deborah Wilson was amazing to interview. She gave us all of her. So yeah, there's some interesting people.
Okay. Well, speaking of your magazine, the Biz magazine, when did you start the Biz magazine?
In
And
2000,
what in 2000 when? I'm sorry.
2000, November of 2010 in Los
Okay.
Angeles, California.
Oh wow. And what inspired you to create the magazine?
I used to manage artists. I used to manage a reggae artist and I used to manage a designer. And I would try to get her stuff in stores and I would try to book him big shows. And every time I tried to book them shows or try to get her in a store, you know, the first thing that people would say was, what have they done? Who do they know? And all this stuff. And I was like, they don't know anybody. That's why I'm trying to get them in here so that people can know them, you know? And so there was a fight to get them out there. And so I decided to go ahead and put together my own production for them. And I did a big show in Beverly Hills, California. And instead of doing like a brochure, you know how usually people do a brochure, you know, or they do like a program when you come to an event, right? So instead of doing a program, I was like, I'm gonna lay it out magazine style because I always wanted to like see what it was like for me to lay out a real magazine. And I called my sister, she just got out of college. I was like, write me an article about health. I called a few of my acting friends, was like, write me an article about how hard it is to be in the acting field. And then I did a whole write-up. I did my first photo shoot at the train station, basically, Union Station in Los Angeles. That was my first shoot. I made everybody show up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. We snuck in there. We did the shoot because, you know, I'm all into guerrilla marketing. We did the shoot. It was dope because I don't know what. All of a sudden, the security guard and I was like, okay, you guys, hurry up, last shot. We had fun, though. We shot all over that place. Like we were supposed to be there, but it was, yeah. And then next thing you know it, people were like, when's the next issue coming out? And I was like, what? Everybody liked it. And it was like, well, that's what I'm gonna do. And it gave me a chance to really realize that publishing, print, being published is the key to making money, is the key to building your resume. It doesn't matter what it is, but you want to be published in something that's been doing something. You know what I'm saying? You want to be published in something that's had certain people that have certain people in their, you know what I'm saying? Because those things being published takes your career to a whole nother level. Immediately after I did that, I promise you, I was able to book her and get her in a store. I was able to get my artist a performance at the P. Diddy Mansion party. Like it changed their resumes and it's so crazy. Everybody that I've ever really had in the magazine afterwards, their career has really taken off, especially when I was doing it in LA. Like one of the designers, when she first got in my magazine, we met her at Fatburger and we loved her jacket. We was like, you should do it. And she was like, no way. After we published her in the magazine and everything, about a week later, her and her mom opened up a store. Like,
wow.
Yeah, so the power of what it does for people in itself, even like if you watch a lot of the artists like Local, after we put Local to Lunatic in the business magazine, he even went way harder, even though he was already going hard, but it was like that extra, making sure that people see you. Like that's what's important about the magazine, is making people know, even the people that people don't know, make them know that we see you. And when a person knows that you see them, then that gives them that extra push to want to be even greater, because they may not have nobody at home telling them. And so that's my whole purpose in all of this, is to tell the people that I see them, and they deserve a spotlight too, no matter how big or how small they are. Like you shouldn't have to wait till you become a Beyonce or a Jay-Z to be able to finally, it's like to have shine. That's why I roll out the red carpet. That's why I do that, because everybody deserves to shine, because everybody's great in their own mind. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's working so hard, they deserve some praise.
That's it. That's real. I wanted to also bring up that you won 3 awards at Ambitions Entertainment Awards third year award ceremony. How did you feel about that?
I felt amazing. So I only really won 2. I mean, I know people count My Radio Chicago as me winning 2 because I was there with them. And then, of course, Black Tie. That was one of my photographers that I did help like groom and get out there, and he won Photographer of the Year.
Okay.
So I think you can count that as a win. It is definitely a win for me because to see students that I work with, even like you guys, like you don't understand how that makes a person feel. Like yes, like so to see Black Tie win that award, it means a lot to me too. So congratulations to him. But I won 2 that day, which was Promoter of the Year and Host of the Year, and I felt absolutely amazing. The thing is, it's one thing to get on the ballot, but it's another thing to go against all those people and then win, you know? And so that means that your hard work is recognized. And then that just makes you want to work even harder. But it's like, dang, thank you so much. Like in real life, like I'm so thankful for every person that really voted for me because it's like, oh, you guys know how hard I went and how much I really care. So that like, that's just what that award really meant. Like, I really will never give up, and I will never ever stop remembering the people that you know what I'm saying, what it takes to get to where you need to get to, you know? So those awards, I don't care if people don't like them, but I love Diva for it. Every award that I get, I am thankful for. And I'm happy to be on the ballot. I don't care. Like I'm thankful, you know, so.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. And speaking of like winning awards and stuff, it comes with hard work. Everybody should know that. But could you tell anybody that's trying to get into business how important it is about consistency, and self-discipline?
That's the main thing. It's about being consistent. When I went to Illinois Media School, I was the first one that showed up at that school. I would be sitting outside waiting for them to show up. I would be first waiting for them to open the doors. I would be the last one. The janitor would have to say, I would have to tell them, wait, I'm in here. Like they would turn off the lights on me. Discipline, because if it's something you really want, you're going to work hard at it no matter what, even with all the falls. And yes, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. If anybody tries to act like they're perfect, they're lying. But at the end of the day, you can work your butt off and you can be as perfect as you can be. You can be more perfect than you were the day before, right? And you keep on trying to be better than you are. And the more you do that, you can't help but become consistent because you keep on surprising yourself. Every day I surprise myself. Every day I look in the mirror. I write on my mirror with lipstick. And like one of them says, I can change the world. I'm powerful. Change starts with me. Then the other ones, it says I'm a star, I'm a trendsetter. But I write on my window, on my mirrors with lipstick. And it helps me because it helps me build being consistent. Because every time I see those things, I can't help but say, okay, I got to get it done. Because I've already told myself I was already great. And then every time I get another call or another post or something from like an artist, it just tells you how much this is worth it that you get to help people. So if it's something that you truly desire, you will have the discipline to get it. Like I have sacrificed everything. When I moved here with nothing. I moved here with $20 in a suitcase. I moved here with nothing, no friends, no family, no nothing when I moved here. And my family still to this day keep on telling me to just come home. I don't got to work this hard. And I'm like, no, because I will rather go through the hustle and bustle and the hard work because it's worth it. I mean, I even missed my own sister's wedding. Like some people will be like, what the heck, you are crazy. But for me, it was a sacrifice that I had to take because I was just rebuilding all of my career. And financially, you know, it's like, okay, do I put the money into what I'm doing or do I spend, you know, where do you do it at? And I'm not trying to hurt nobody, but I had to finally realize it was okay for me to put me first for a second to take care of what I need to take care of because this business means everything to me. And if it means something to you, you will sacrifice things that you would not normally want to sacrifice, you know, and you would give up certain things that you don't want to. I want to twerk too, you know, I want to bend over and do certain things too sometimes, but yeah, I also have to you know, remember my brand. I want to snap back and say crazy stuff to a lot of those people that post bad stuff about me and say all that negative stuff. Yeah, I want to get on there and go crazy. But what's that gonna do? What's that gonna do? That's just gonna make me look stupid, you know? So instead, I have to give myself discipline to tell myself that you just keep moving forward. And that's the discipline I give myself, is keep moving forward, even when I fail. Because don't think that I don't fail at stuff. I fail at a lot of stuff, but I decide my failure is not a failure because I get back up. My failure is not a failure because I just try again and again and again until I get it. Okay, nobody tell me I didn't do good each time I failed. Because it was my try. And that's how you should feel about yourself. It's your try. And you have the opportunity to be as great as you want to be, but you have to show up. You have to. You got to be on time. You got to look the part. You got to. It is. It is. If you want it. Otherwise, move out the way so the people who want it can have it.
My next question for you, Liv, is that I want to talk about your new talk show that you got going on Roku. Is it on Roku TV?
Yes, it's on Roku, and it's actually getting ready to be available on Apple and Android phones. It's going to be available actually on a lot of other platforms, so it'll be easier for people to watch because a lot of people actually don't have Roku, which is crazy. I didn't know that, but a lot of people do have it. So with that being said, they're going to make it available everywhere, almost. So it's kind of cool.
Okay.
So the show is so it's Live. It's about talking to bosses. I want to find out how a boss lives because, you know, I'm living and they should live. And we all should be living a better life. Hence that girl, Olivia. So it's about talking to a boss. But really, it's the way to motivate. It's more for women. I love men. I think you guys are great. But the show, once a month, we will put a male on there. But the show is strictly really, I'm geared towards motivating women to show that women are more than just the woman that lays down on her back and has kids, or more than a woman that cooks the food, or just because she's a manager doesn't mean that she doesn't also do the mom thing and the family thing and you know what I'm saying? Like there's so much more that women hold that we need to start loving our Black women more. We need to start, even when people look at you as bad because of certain things you do, we need to start loving them more. We need to start highlighting the good. Because right now on TV and everything we see, they highlight all the negative stuff. We need to start highlighting the good in us Black women, because there are some good ones out here that's professional and know how to carry themselves. They still like to have fun too. And you'll find that out because I do ask them little sneak questions, but they know how to carry themselves. And we need to start bringing that back to the TV scene so that the little girls can see those type of women on TV again, you know, to know that they're still there, they're around, you know. We got to take back over our screen. And that's really smart. So it's a combination of an Arsenio Hall, an Oprah, and a Food Network show, all combined in one.
Oh, wow.
With a live studio live. Mm-hmm. So
congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Well said. And also, I'd like to thank you too for bringing positive energy back to women, because you know a lot of the shows is basically encouraging young women to grow up, basically to just be ratchet and just tell all their business, tell all their negative stuff about them. And you know that ain't how professional women supposed to operate. I mean, everybody's not perfect, like you stated earlier, but I mean, it's a way you do everything. You know, you don't want to just put yourself out there to be the trap queen. I mean, if you are a trap queen, I think you would want that to stay to yourself, because you know you don't want the police to know that you're a trap queen. So, my next question is basically, I know I have a lot of projects and I like them all, but what are one of your most standout projects that you have done so far?
Holy smackaroni. Dang, standout projects. I have done a lot of projects. You know, De La Faye, directing De La Faye's music video Better was, I really loved that one. That made my storyboard come to life ridiculously. Like, I couldn't believe that one. That one was a good one. I don't know, directing Shy Blizz's Voodoo, you know, directing that one was a good one for me too. The Blizz Effect, putting together that event, the Blizz Effect at the movie theater, was a huge project for me, and I really love doing that. Launching the Live show was probably what the fringe of I couldn't believe, and to see a real live studio audience come and we did all the audience reactions was amazing. Starting my magazine, and then relaunching it. I really did not think I could relaunch it. I don't know if I had it in me to do it. And so to come here and to relaunch it without my family or anything like that was like, whew, a dream come true. So, and then my biggest project is me. And my biggest is the fact that I keep going through every, like most people would have packed their bags and just went back home, and to keep on going is a project in itself, but I don't know. I've worked with, working with Dre Alizé. I don't know. Doing Fendi the Rapper by South by Southwest, being her media person while we was in South by Southwest. That was a really good project for me, especially now to see Fendi where she's at.
Wow, that's dope. My next question for you, Liv, is what are your goals for the next 5 years?
Next 5 years. So the next 5 years, definitely I hope and pray that I win an award for Girls Rock. That's like I know, but that's like my thing. I would love to be a recipient of a Black Girls Rock Award in all actuality. In 5 years, I definitely want to have a midday show on FM. In 5 years, I want my station, because I did launch my own station and I'm working on getting it up and stuff like that. But I want my station to be in play and end up on some of these ballads probably,
Yes.
5 years, the magazine will be self-sufficient, where it'll just be making its own money, where people would just be pouring in to want to get in it, yeah, I really told myself I have 3 more years, but 5 years gives me that extra little cushion that you're giving me, which I appreciate. But yeah, my 5-year plan is crazy. And then, by the end of that, I plan that somebody's going to call me from BET Awards and ask me to host. I'm now the official host of the UMA Awards in Atlanta, and meeting them, that's a whole nother amazing opportunity that's getting ready to open up. So with that being said, in 5 years, I will be hosting the BET Awards, believe
Yes.
it.
We just need a ticket. That's all.
Okay, you got that. Yes, that's my 5 years. And then, of course, the Live show will be, on more networks. So I'm really excited about that. So in 5 years, I just plan to be able to be in a position, to be honest with you, because everything is going to do what it's supposed to do. So in 5 years, I want to be able to have one of the biggest parties. And you know what? You're going to be there. I want to have one of the biggest parties, because in 5 years, my closest team, I want to be able to give them keys to something amazing. In 5 years, I might have one of the biggest parties ever. And you mark my word right now, because everything is going to happen like it's supposed to happen. And I feel like I've put in my work. I've bit the ground so bad that at this point, and I've shown God that I'm not going to give up. You know what I'm saying? I showed God that I really do have faith in whatever the plan is for me. And I know what the plan is now. And so in 5 years, the people who stuck by me, they're going to get the biggest surprises ever. And it's going to be crazy, but it's going to be the biggest party that nobody's ever seen. And it's going to be the launch of people really realizing that you can really, really, really keep picking back up your face, no matter how bad people try to tear you down. If you believe in yourself, then you will get anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And this industry is a really rough industry. They will try their best to reach for you when you are doing good. It's crazy, because I just joined church. I just got the job where, kids, and then all this stuff. But at the end of the day, God told me I'm supposed to keep on going. So I'm going to keep on going. And in 5 years, I got a surprise. And I'm giving that 5 years to you, because now that you said 5 years, I told myself 3 more years, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the 5. And it's going to be the best thing ever to happen to everybody. Watch.
Yes. I'm so happy for you.
and I see great things happen for you. But I want to ask this question because I ask everybody this question because at the end of your career, your legacy, like is everybody career, they get up in age, they come to an end like Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross, and legends like that. How do you want the world to remember that girl, Olivia? And like if they could sum it up in one of a few words, how do you want them to remember you?
Nobody can outwork her. That's how, I'm the motivator, Live, believe in everybody. Like when it's all said and done, Liv says it can be done. Liv said it's time to live. Like that's it right there. That's what Liv said it's time to live. And that's that thing that everybody will, every time they look at their little sign and say it's time to live, they'll think of me because it's time to live. You better go for it. Go for it, and Liv would be the person to tell you to go for it. Who cares? You got one penny, it's time to live.
That's it.
That's one of the best answers I had when I asked her the question.
Yes. Wow.
And on that note, we're going to have a few words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back after these messages.
How this young lady changed from an ordinary lady to Lady Aphrodite in 1 year. Her last event she threw didn't get the feedback she would have liked, but this year's event was special. Can't just be ordinary. This was a special milestone in her life. So to be great, she did what all the greats do. Higher greatness. Blessed with Success Entertainment. Let us plan out, create, and host your special moments and parties and your events, and you'll be able to tell your own success story. Blessed with Success Entertainment. We're not just ordinary. We go above and beyond, without boundaries, without measurement.
Many people struggle with grief, and it can weigh you down. But God wants you to be free. There is a time, a season, and a purpose for everything under the sun. This commercial was sponsored by It's a Chicago Vibe with Lady T. Marie and Mr. Success.
All right, everybody, welcome back to It's the Chicago Vibe. We're here with that girl, Olivia, and I'm handing the mic over to you, Lady T, before we close it out.
All right, Miss Olivia, can you please let the people know where they can find you?
Okay, so you can find me on all social media platforms. TikTok is that girl Olivia _CA because I'm from Cali. The same from Instagram. Facebook is that girl Olivia, the fan page, or Olivia Shill. And now on Sundays, you can catch me with the Ownership Club on 106.3 FM 9 to 11 p.m. But Monday through Friday, you can catch me on the midday show 2 to 6 p.m. with 107.3 VIP. You can go ahead and check me out there. I do the midday show Monday through Friday, and we have a good time. If you want to submit your then and now, because I do a thing called then and now, we listen to the artist like Sierra's old song, and then we listen to her now and say, do we still like her? So if you have an artist that you want to send in a then and now for, send them in. But really, you can Google me, thatgirlolivia.net. Find me, follow me, be a part of the movement because it's time to live.
Anything you got coming up that the people should know about?
Oh my God. So yes, indeed, you guys still have time to vote, first of all, because I'm on another ballot. Midwest Industry Conference is coming up. The Midwest Industry Conference is coming up. And I am I'm a media outlet on there, but I'm on the ballot for Media Outlet of the Year, which is Biz Media. And I'm also on the ballot for Host and Radio Personality of the Year, which is me, that girl, Olivia. And then 107.3 VIP, the station that I'm with now, they are also on the ballot for Media Outlet of the Year. So that's really exciting. So also August 12th, we're doing a back to school giveaway. So you guys can come out. That's on 95th and Stony Island by the DTLR. So you guys can come out to that one. August 20th, we're doing the Jams and Jokes with Kenny Howell. So you guys can come out. That's in Glenwood. August 25th is 25th through the 7th is the conference. So you guys better not miss the conference. There's a fashion show, there's a comedy show, it's gonna be ridiculous, so don't miss that. September 1st, we are welcoming Tony Schofield back to Chicago. And he will be doing the morning show on 107.3 The Vibe. VIP. So make sure you guys come to that. That party is going to be everything because we're welcoming him back home and he's taking over the morning show. So it's going to be a whole kind of party. And then, there's a list. You know what? I could take over and go crazy and just give you stuff, but I'm not going to do that. The toga party is coming up for Brandy Martin on August 19th too. It's the only time you get to wear your sheets outside and not be ridiculed. So come out with your sheets. You don't have to wear nothing under it if you don't want to. I'm just kidding. But yes, the toga party is going down. It's out west. Look on my page. All of these things are on there.
That's what's up. There you have it, folks. That girl Olivia. Be sure to check it out. You heard it right here on It's a Chicago Vibe. But before we get out of here, Lady T, you know the business. Hit the people with the words of affirmation of the day.
Well, y'all heard it from that girl Olivia. One of the lines she said was, continue to live. And when you continue to live, that means you don't give up, you don't throw in the towel, you press towards the mark and do whatever it is that God putting you to do. I'm your girl, Lady T Marie with It's a Chicago Vibe, signing out, sending love to the world and hugs to them thugs.
DJ Mr. Success.
You know my motto, when you with Mr. Success, you always have a ball. If I can't tell the truth, it's nothing at all. Mr. Success, bringing pleasure, no stress. Until next week, y'all, peace.
Peace out.
C-H-I-C-A-G-O, C-H-I-C-A, let's go, 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 C-H-I-C-A.